We've heard about this story for my whole life, about how my mom was at this wedding and my dad was there taking videos and photos and stuff like that. And there it was, as I was going through all these videos, like, the story was true and it was real and there was actual footage to prove it.
Stars are tracing the sky like city windows. I watch it reflect in your eyes. Slow dance on a New York City high-rise. You and me on top.
When I was making the video about my dad's Canon AE-1, we were at my parents' house and looking through a bunch of old photos and videos, and I came across this bin of like 50 or 60 old Super 8 reels. And I have heard my dad talking about how he wanted to convert them and see them, and he hadn't seen these videos in like 50 years, or maybe not 50 years, I don't know, long time, 30, 40 years. He has a big birthday coming up this weekend, and so I purchased this Super 8 converter, and I've spent the last few weeks putting each Super 8 reel in one at a time and slowly taking a picture of each frame one by one by one by one. And as I was watching some of this footage, it was so cool to see parts of my dad's life that I've heard stories about, and just kind of like maybe unimportant parts of his life that I was able to look into and kind of understand who my dad was and understand kind of like where I've come from and where my family's history is. The more that I looked at these videos and the more that I got one reel scanned after another reel scanned, it really hit me how important it is to be your own family historian. Like, my dad at that time was the one with the video camera. He was out doing the things. He was recording even things that he liked to do. He loved going to motorbike races and he recorded them. He recorded the things that he loved. He recorded his family. And the most famous and the most shocking reveal was this one part where he first saw my mom. We've heard about this story for my whole life, about how my mom was at this wedding and my dad was there taking videos and photos and stuff like that. And there it was, as I was going through all these videos, like, the story was true and it was real and there was actual footage to prove it. And it was incredible. And it reminded me so much of how I started in photography. I started in photography by taking photos of the most important people around me, my friends, my family, and the things that were important to me. And the more that I got into doing photography as a business, I stopped taking photos of the important things around me. I stopped taking the photos of things that didn't make money and was focusing on like my business and things like that. But then I stopped taking as many photos at family events and just, general life around me. But doing this secret present from my dad that he's going to get this weekend, it just has really reminded me of how important it is to do personal work, to do work that is never going to be on Instagram, to do work that, is never going to be purchased or bought, but it's for the future generations. It's for your older self. It's for your kids. It's for your family members in 10 or 20 years, so that they can understand who you are. They can understand what life was like. Become your own family historian, because no one else is going to do it unless you do it. Tell the story, because it's probably the most important story that you'll ever capture.